what are your thoughts on front versus back squat, and how do you use them differently, and in what situations?
I love front squatting, just having the Olympic weightlifting background. I think it's just a little bit of a bias that I've always had towards it. It's something I'm starting to experiment a little bit more with the younger kids. I tend not to do it only because of the wrists and fingers.
Yeah.
And sometimes this is not the most comfortable, especially kind of like I was saying before, as I get, well, a lot of the kids I get are working out for like the first time, are still very new. So I don't need or I don't want necessarily like a bar in front of them that could drop, whatever, land on their elbows or anything. I love both of them.
Yep.
I think front squats are really good, obviously, for that core stability. I think they're also really good for mobility because they allow people to sit back into their squat just a little bit more. And I think that's one of the things that people tend to look over is getting strength in those positions and not just foam rolling until you can't anymore, but actually getting strong in those positions. So if a front squat allows you to sit deeper, I think it's a really, really good mobility piece.
Yep.
And a lot of people will argue, and I'm on both sides. I think if you're squatting, you're doing good. But people will argue the front squat's going to be a little bit more transferable to a sport. But I also, again, like I said, just having the background that I do, I love both of them. I don't prefer one over the other. I tend not to use front squat too much with the younger kids because of the more moving pieces. That's really it.
More technical. It's more things to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No, I was going to say, so I'm usually like, if I was seeing somebody 4 or 5 times a week, I would probably throw it in there. I'm usually not. The kids are younger that I'm working with. So, if one thing's going to bother their fingers, I'll move on to something else.